my art is a celebration of what I'm in now, the culture that I'm in now, the contemporary culture that I live in. My work attempts to celebrate that culture. That's what I'm trying to do. What I don't look at is the thing they call modernity, the things that have come to encroach upon the culture. I don't like categorizing it. I don't know how to categorize it, because you see, when you think of a profession, when I think of a profession or a job or anything, it's something you must do to earn a living, to chop. And sometimes you don't like doing it. Sometimes you are bored, you are tired. But art is one thing I do. Money or no money, I think I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. It is the only time when I'm in the studio, I feel good and I can forget the world. My name is Ablade Glover. I was born right here in Accra. Physically a little farther away in the center of the city. But I was brought up here in La, where we are sitting now. I come from this region. I'm a Ga. That's the Accra region. I speak Ga. I was born in Ga. But by my training and upbringing, I had to go outside the region to work in a university in Kumasi, which is in the Asante region. I'm a contemporary African artist. Now, one, I can say again that I'm contemporary Ghanaian artist. Now, being specific. This defines or rather separates the different cultures, knowing that Ghana has a culture. If I say I'm a contemporary African artist, I belong to the bigger African scene. But there is a smaller group that I belong to, which is the Ghanaian. Yes, I'm contemporary, very contemporary. No, I'm believing that some aspect of my upbringing has been foreign. That's what we started talking about earlier, which makes somebody contemporary or makes a thing contemporary. That my background, upbringing, has been affected in a big way by foreign influences. Foreign influences in the sense that now I was raised in a school, a normal, formal school. The traditional doesn't raise you from in a formal school. What we do in education and tradition is to send you to a teacher who will informally train you, what they call apprenticeship system. And then in formal education, you are taught certain things. In art, for example, we were taught how to look at things perspectively. Hey, if the thing is closer, it's there. If it's far away, it's small, and so on. You are taught perspective, to look at things that way. In traditional art, they don't look at things that way. Fine, yes. And if I tell you anything, it's nothing really that I've figured out properly. I've not scientifically re-examined my mind, my brains. I haven't. But I guess over the years, looking at my work, I've realized that I had centered my work around chaotic situations, things that look undefined, unstructured, chaotic sometimes, the word chaotic. So I have tended to look at or dwell on subjects that have to do with crowds, people. This, I realize, is what become the basis of my work. Perhaps because I paint in our language, I keep using the word, it's not basa basa. That's what the Ghana will say, basa basa. Nothing structured, beautiful, defined. And that's what I try to do. And when I see a situation like that, it excites my imagination. And I try to, when I go to the studio, those are some of the things. Recent things I've done. I haven't shown any of it. It hasn't come out. But the recent football here in Ghana, it brought a lot about, a lot of that kind of feeling, basa basa, giddy giddy, people doing all sorts of things, shouting with flags. Ghana was all flags. And I'd done some few canvases now, which are still in my storage. I haven't brought them out, which I think, I try to capture the mood of the nation at the time. Those are some of the things that excite me. The recent thing has been the football. But in our society, it's I call it a culture within a culture, which is a market. When you go to the market, it's moving all the time, and the colors don't stand, so that one cannot say that I painted the market. This is it. As a camera will freeze it and take it. No. If you stand and look at the market, it's like it's going all the time, and it's moving, and it's changing all the time. And that kind of thing, to capture it and say I've captured it, it's like impossible. You can't. It's like holding water in your hand. You can't hold it. It passes on. And those are some of the things, fleeting things I try to. You might have seen some of my forest scenes, for example. What I saw, and it excited me to paint those pictures, get into these forest foliage things, when the wind blows, and it's not windless, even windless times, and the leaves are flickering and light is passing through. There's so much happening that is transient. Those things excite me. And sometimes I've frozen a woman standing there in the market. But in some of those, in the pictures, those kind of portraits, that kind of portraits, I capture the resilience, the strength, the courage, the tenacity of the Ghanaian female. I've captured some of those things. It is not the woman as per se, as a figure, but it is the resilience, the I'll make it, the courage of the Ghanaian female. Confidence. Get up in the morning, strap the baby behind and go, knowing that at the end of the day, she will win. I see those positive things in our female, within our society, and I attempt to capture some of those things. When I finished my primary education, what we call middle education, secondary education here in this region, I had wanted to be somebody, and people thought I had the brains to be anybody, but poverty from the family line, could not give me a secondary education or university education. At the time, Ghana had gained independence, and the only thing education you can get free, anybody can get free at the time, was teacher training. Nkrumah was training lots of teachers to spread them out into the country so that the country can open up. So they were giving free teacher education. And that is how I ended up doing teacher education. I didn't like it. I didn't like teaching at all. So since I was in teaching already, I wanted to teach something as a specialist teacher. when I was in training, my teachers kept telling me, oh, you are good in art, you are good in art. I didn't think of it. But when I came out and realized that the classroom teaching 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, it wasn't my thing. So I went back to our university to specialize in art teaching. So I did a certificate in art teaching. When I did that, I came to teach a bit, and I realized that I love the art more than the teaching. After that, I went back further by my own. I thought, look, I must go away. I must get myself on the course I've loved to do. So I went back for further education. And when I returned, I went to the university to teach art education. I have been introduced, during my training, I've been introduced to painting as a teacher, not a painter. But gradually, I was veering towards painting. And therefore, even though I taught all these years, I was still practicing my painting. So I've been known, I've been introduced to the art world. So it wasn't difficult to jump into the water and swim. So that's what I'm doing now. The teaching area supported the art area.
Very, very good.
So that's what happened, yes. I mentioned it earlier that it is the only thing that takes me away out of this world. When I'm in the studio, I'm fine with the studio. I can forget, in the process of working, I can forget everybody and everything and all my troubles.
It's an adrenaline.
Oh, okay.
Like some sportlers, when they run and
they feel good.
Yes,
they feel good. Yes, I feel good.
Or people who take drugs, they disappear.
It does something to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you can have this. That's my drug when I'm painting.
All right. You know, say money no be problem. Hunters on the block. All right, I'm back again. You know what time it is. Straight up. All right, what's up? Listen. I bought him another game, I miss him. Michelle, she been on the froze, so win, you know. I come off and not to cheat me, young Mimbuna. And with Simba reason, and the real day, you ma. Oh, Pieball, what did I dear quit, you ma? What a tema, for him, you wouldn't met him. Then my papa, dear, and papa Sukrapoma. I guess I'm a legion who may poor Biasoma. I shall win up about the young Conqua, just some pipe, a few rice, one genoa. But Tema Bobuano, mini bin Timamua, one on Jamabakari, eh, Billy Patakwa. As I see that, the Via, when I'm over near my papa, Via, Mosia, Yamua, Fiaka, as on to be a man, Sakana de Yamia. But the whole came out of 5 Lady Bianca. Which one I join my brother? If you get you man up to fear, so to give you a bar. And this under your puma. No, now no was a champagne. I have done still a maintain.
I'm glad we are going round and round and round. I've come back to it.
African style, I like
That's
that.
right, okay.